Okay. So, a couple of things. Most of the class is students that I've had before, and they know how soft I am about attendance and stuff. So that's one reason they aren't here. Plus, I've already met them. So, um, but if you've never had my class before, um, it's I'm pretty lenient in one ways. Like I grade really easily, but I'm a nag, so I'm on your case the whole time, right? And so I'm constantly pushing, trying to get you to do stuff, and then I'm constantly in available, and I want to be like always reachable if you have questions and stuff, especially for applied design, especially for this class. So, um, Herbert, are you there by chance?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. You don't have to show your face or anything, but if you could turn your camera on and just, I don't know, point it, you can point it somewhere else.
Um,
So anyway, if you've had my class before, you realize that like I'm pretty easy about grading and stuff, but I still expect a lot, and I expect quality work. And one thing that I always say is that this project, I mean this class, it's and like every class, it's what you make it, right? You're you know, if you want to have a Yale quality, you know, an Ivy League quality class, you'll have it. Um, I teach applied design just like they teach it at Harvard or wherever, you know. So it's the same information. In fact, I think my class is better than theirs, but I think that the classes are always what you make it. So if you're the type that's just like uh, you know, just trying to get by and just trying to like get through class and, you know, trying to do the minimum, you'll do fine in the class. Like you'll get your C, probably get a B. But if you want to learn something and learn how to build stuff and make stuff and learn about materials, then then I sort of expect I expect something different. So when the class begins, um, I'm really strict about getting a good start. So I want everybody to get their materials and to have your materials and tools as soon as you can. So in other words, you have this week to get your tools and stuff, so we can go ahead and get started on next Monday. Okay. So this meeting is going to be really short because I just wanted to just go through the quiz and make sure that everybody's uh, kind of up to speed on just how to start and how to start the semester. So I'm going to screen. Um, okay, I'm going to screen share and we'll go through the quiz, and then you write the you can write the answers down. All right, Brian. Most of the questions are the same for you, except for yours. There's going to be a few different ones, and
okay.
yeah, so we can get to that later. But let's go over the quiz for 34A. All right, so I almost ended the meeting right there. That's funny. All right, so okay, so here's the applied design, and we're going to go down to the quiz on design rules. And okay, so let's just preview this thing. All right. So what's the first rule of applied design or any class that I teach? Brian, do you remember what that is?
Safety first, or
No,
oh,
that's wrong.
right.
The first rule of my class and any class I teach is be considerate, right? So that's all you have to do. It's like it breaks down into every other, a lot of people have like a bunch of rules that they go through, and but they all always fall under the same rule, and that is to be considerate. So people say, I'm gonna be like 10 minutes late to every class. Is that cool? And then I'll tell them like, no, just you've forgotten the first rule. Like if you're 10 minutes late, that's inconsiderate to your classmates, it's inconsiderate to me, and it's sort of inconsiderate to yourself. So there's all kinds of things to consider, but if you just focus on being nice and to like try to think like how other people feel, then you're probably off to a good start. There is a sub rule, like a second rule. So question number 2 is that, yeah. So what's the second rule of applied design or any class I teach? Brian, do you remember? I'm gonna make you take the first class over again.
No Hello Kitty.
That's correct. No Hello Kitty.
I remember you said no Hello Kitty. So
That's right. That's the second rule. And so there's no Hello Kitty. My wife is one of those adult Hello Kitty fanatics. So it's not bad now since we moved, but in the old house, we had a Hello Kitty carpet. We had a Hello Kitty shower curtain, Hello Kitty toilet seat cover, Hello Kitty stereo, Hello Kitty lamps, Hello Kitties everywhere. We even had a Hello Kitty toaster that would burn Hello Kitty into the side of a piece of toast. So it's been since then that I just can't allow it, can't have it. I can't see it at work. It's at home. Now home is at work. So I definitely don't need another room of Hello Kitty. So anyway, no Hello Kitty is the second rule. All right. Google Hangouts is the best way to communicate with me. True or false? True.
True.
Yes. It's the best way. It's just an advantage because I keep it on all the time. And so to set up a Hangout with me it's sort of like giving you my number, and you can text me anytime you have a question. So it's the same sort of principle. If you have a question, you can send it to me, even if it's in the middle of the night. I mean, I probably won't get it, but there has been times where people will send a question, like a couple times it's happened where a student has sent a question at like 3:30 in the morning, and I just happened to be awake, and just to freak her out, I just answered right away. And so it's possible that I could respond immediately, but with Hangouts, it's I turn it off at night, the volume. I can get messages the whole time, and then in the morning, it's the first thing I do is I get my phone and I answer all the questions on Hangouts. So Canvas, I don't get to until after breakfast, and emails after breakfast, but I have Hangouts on all the time. Okay, so what is an advantage of Google Hangouts for this class? You can ask questions anytime. Feedback is much more immediate, keeps a history of our correspondence, reduces the chance of your question being lost in email. all of those are true. So all of the above. Right? All right. Number 5, what's the best way to interact with your classmates? Chat, discussions and chat on Canvas, or hit them up on Instagram. Okay, so the answer there is discussions and chat. So this class, it's going to be basically, you know, a class this size. There's only 10 of you, and it's going to be like extremely important for you guys to interact with each other and to give each other feedback. And if I feel like it's lax in the beginning, I'll sort of force meld you together where you have to like respond to other people's work. But it's just better if you post your work on discussions and say, hey, how do you think this is going, or what should I do now? You'll get a lot of different feedback, of a variety of opinions, and then in addition to that, it counts toward your participation grade. And your participation grade is how much you participate and interact with other people. So it's like a win-win, right? So if you put your work on discussions, you're participating, but you're also getting help and from your classmates. So, and I don't even have to watch it. Canvas basically counts your interactions and stuff. So, at the end, I always do look at the discussions and see who's participating and, who's being authentic about participating. But in this class, it's going to be vital, and I'm going to put an emphasis on it. Okay, 6. Besides your project, yeah, exactly that. That was what we just talked about. All right. 7. What should I do if I get stuck or have trouble with process and materials? So, of course, the answer is just to contact me, and to contact me as soon as possible, right? So don't be like, oh, I just need to try harder. It's my fault. Don't automatically blame yourself for everything, which people tend to do. Don't quit and drop the class, and then I would much rather like have you stay in the class, work out the problems if we can work them out, and because your grade is in it doesn't really matter to me. This is my philosophy. My philosophy is your grade doesn't matter to me, so why don't I just give you an A if you're not annoying? That's basically what the class boils down to. So, and I'll motivate you in between, right? Because the things that we are going to work on, they're important to work on just to learn the tools, right? And so if you learn the tools, you learn the material, you'll just have that one experience that you can take with you forever. And so it's just it's something very, very tangible. It's hard to know, like if you're in like a calculus class, what you're going to be able to use and what's applicable to the world. But this class, everything is applicable to the world, right? So how to use a tool, how to use it correctly, how to make something from scratch. And so these are all very, very important things in just day-to-day, life. And if you're an interior designer, or if you're a jewelry person, or if you're just a maker in general, all of these things you're going to have to do. And I mean, you don't have to do them, but it's always going to help. Okay, so if you get stuck, just contact me. All right. Where's the best place to check for due dates, Zoom meetings, and office hours? Okay, the best place is the Canvas calendar. And I want you to use the Canvas calendar because I worked so hard on it. I basically, I spent days just trying to get my dates correct and the transfer stuff. And I still miss stuff, but, and if you see something that seems weird, let me know because I missed it. But I worked really hard on the calendar just so that like you, the second you have like a question about, oh, when is the next Zoom meeting? You don't even have to ask. You can just go to the calendar and it should be on there, right? Also, the calendar has a feed feature. Let's see. Let's go there. Okay, so this calendar, so I have it set up and I have it color coded for every class, and it dawned on me that you could do that too, right? And then, so there's a calendar feed, and when you click it, you can save the file, and it'll basically send it to your iCalendar. Like if you have, or if you have like the Google Calendar, you can send it to your Google Calendar. So now I'm getting alerts on my phone and on my computer, and that's because I clicked it and connected with this calendar feed, right? So it's a good idea. I really like put energy into it, so I hope you guys can take advantage of that. Okay. You know what I forgot? Since there's only 3 of us here, 4 of us, let's introduce ourselves. So we, and so I'll start, and I forgot to introduce myself anyway. So anyway, I'm Adam Teraoka. I studied sculpture in undergraduate school, and then I studied sculpture in graduate school, and then I went off into the world to become a sculptor, but ended up opening my own metal fabrication, like a fabrication company. So then I worked doing applied design, and my company was just sort of an applied design company. And I would basically get designs from architect and apply them and build furniture. And I would apply them to their designs, right? So my experience in this and building this way goes back to the early 90s. And so I'm good at it. Back then, I wasn't good at teaching. Like it took me a while to like get used to teaching, and but I don't know. After 10 years of teaching, I got good at it, and now I'm at my 20th year of teaching, and so I'm super good at it. Like I'm super good at applied design, and I'm really good at teaching it. So if you they always say teachers, wait, how's it go? People that can't teach, and but that's not the case with me, because I've done it. I had a business, and I decided to teach because it's easier on my back. So so I'm a teacher. I teach applied design and 3D design, and my my general philosophy. Oh wait, I'm just introducing myself. You guys don't have to go this far. I'm just, so What's interesting about me is that I have a sister that's 40 years younger than me, 40 years younger. And what that means is my dad's crazy. He decided to have another child at age 72. Can you believe that? Yeah. So my dad is like 85 and my sister is 12, 13. Yeah. And so, uh, yeah, it's my dad's an artist, of course, and then and my mom's an artist. So anyway, um, that's my thing. Um, so Brian, why don't you introduce yourself?
So, hi everyone. My name is Brian. My major is automotive design, and um, like I have the passion for art and other like creating like wood. So that's why I pursue my career. But mostly, I like collecting model cars. And then when I was in middle school, I like to draw and build. So that's why the passion of automotive design came up. So that's why I'm pursuing right now.
All right, good. Yeah, I was happy to have you in my class last semester,
Mhm.
and so if you're into automotive design, it's something I talk about a lot, especially in the 3D design class. But I have to say, if you're interested in automotive design, you're in the right spot because Pasadena City College is a big feeder into Art Center, and Art Center is like the premier car design school maybe in the world, right? It's basically like that's where the car designers come from is Art Center, and and then a lot of times, unfortunately, they have to move to Detroit, right? But the 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 idea of car design I talk a lot about because it's a common point of reference because everybody knows what a Volkswagen looks, everybody knows what a VW Bug looks like, and everybody knows what like a Hummer looks like. And so, in terms of design, those it's important to be able to reference the same thing so people know what you're talking about. So anyway, I'll talk about cars quite a bit. All right, Maria.
Hi, my name's Maria. I'm a jewelry metalsmith major, and then I'm minoring in French. So hopefully I get to transfer somewhere. I've taken your class before, not fully, like maybe like a week or two, but then the classes that I was taking, it was just too much. I was taking too many art classes that I had to kind of trim down. But yeah, I remember I liked you a lot as a professor.
I remember you also, but I couldn't remember if you took this class before or if you took Art 32, the 3D design.
No, it was this class.
It was this class? Oh, right, right, right. And this was not, was it in the spring when was that the class?
I
Or
think
was it last fall?
maybe last fall.
Maybe last fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that spring class, I mean, it ended up working, but it was a disaster because I was just like, everybody had the tools and stuff, and everybody was just starting out.
Mhm.
And then we all had to go into quarantine, right? And then I had to rewrite the whole class in the middle of it, which was insane. And so Brian knows he went through it, but it was and then I was like, oh my God, I'll make you a video. And then I'd start to make a video and then I'd be like, oh, you know what? I need to take a nap because I'm exhausted. And so but it was stressful. Even now, it's stressful. That like I mean, we're still in quarantine. We're still trying to do this online, but I've tweaked the projects so that it's much more workable at home. And so that when we go through the materials list, I'll tell you the things that I'll point out the things that are most important. But anyway, glad to have you back.
Yeah.
And yeah, this time don't drop.
No, I won't. And I was taking April's Jewelry 2 class last semester when all of this happened. And I just, yeah, I was like, if I can't learn hands-on, then when I transfer, it just doesn't feel right because I won't, know that way. So, yeah.
Right. Well, one thing that I noticed about teaching this online is like, because when I'm in class, I generally teach to the whole class, right? And if someone's having a particular problem, I'll go spend a few minutes with them and get them, you know. But I noticed with this like online thing, um, that it's kind of like I can spend half an hour, I can spend an hour on each student getting their, figuring out their question down to the very last detail, So in a way, I'm actually spending more time with each student and and so in a class like this, it's super important, that A, I make myself available, and B, I'm able to spend time, because it's not like taking, like art history, where it's like, oh, the teacher can, essentially drop dead. And then the teacher could drop off the face of the earth and you could still complete the class if you knew the assignments, right? And with this class, there's no way, because I need to like be able to help you at the start of each process. I need to be able to help you during the process. And there's just multiple issues that come up when you're trying to make something with your hands, right? So, yeah, it's going to be a different experience doing this online, but I'm trying to take advantage of the advantages of being online, and one of the advantages is that I can just spend a lot more time with you. So also, okay, this is what's happening with my classes. So this class, it didn't make enough people to fill, but they said, Adam, if you want, you can teach it anyway, and we won't pay you. And I was like, okay, fine, right? And so they are paying me, but basically your enrollment is being put on top of my other class. So, there's only 3 people showed up for this meeting. And in any regular situation, I'd be terrified by that. But in this case, it's fine by me, because everyone can drop and I'll still have the class, I'll still get paid for it. So the advantage to that is that, if half the people don't come, half the people is 5 people, right? So if half the people don't come, I could have Brian Monday, where I just help Brian all day Monday, and I can have Maria Tuesday and Herbert Wednesday, and so that's going to afford me a lot of extra time to spend with you on your projects, if you want it. The other thing is like, well, you may not want that much, you might be like, hey, okay, it's cool. No, I'm good. I'll come to you when I have questions. So, and that's fine. Okay, so Herbert.
Oh. So, it's called again. My camera just is not working with me right now, so that's why I can't get video.
It's okay.
So I am I was heading to become an animation major, but I kind of am drifting towards product design right now because I just like to make stuff, and I think that'd just be a better fit for me. So yeah, I'm just like taking a bunch of design classes right now.
Got it. Have you watched Objectified, the film?
I
I know.
don't think so.
Oh, okay. So I have it. Let me, since I'm over clicking around here, let me make sure. Okay, so where is it? Is it the first film? Objectified is the first film. Yeah, this is perfect. It's the first film I wanted you to watch anyway. So it's a lot of it is about um, product design, but a lot of it is about just making stuff in general and applying your design. So a big part of applying your design is sort of applying your personality to your design, you know, applying your ideas and thoughts and getting them into 3D. So this particular film does a good job at describing that. And it also does a good job, especially towards the end. It ends up describing the difference between design for consumption, like consumerism, and design, not even design, really just art, right? Designing with when you're trying to say something as opposed to sell something, right? And that's the difference. And so it's a good start. I've never really started a class with this film. I always end it with this film. But I think in your case, you know, you guys have already, this is sort of an intermediate or advanced class. So I'm just assuming you guys have had other art classes before. And since that's the case, and since we're focused on making stuff and being makers, I think this is a good start. So, you know, you can watch it, you know, right after this meeting if you want to. And I think the link works. That was the other thing. If you guys have if you guys see any glitches or anything wrong on Canvas, let me know right away so I can fix it for the others. I mean, I've gone over this dozens and dozens of times looking for mistakes, and people are still finding mistakes. So just let me know, okay? All right. I think that's about it. We covered. Let's take a quick look at the materials that I want you to get for next week, because we're going to have another Zoom meeting right before we start, and that's just going to be more about like safety and getting started and getting some ideas generated. But let's just take a look at the materials right now, and then I'll let you go. Hello, where am I? Okay, so so this is the materials. It's really, I have it listed under project one. It's really everything for the class. So basically, if you get through this, it's about $100 for everything. And my guess is that you don't have to, you have most of this stuff. Some of you have all of it already, right? You don't even need to buy anything. So like if you have a cordless drill or even a corded drill with a drill bit set, that's $40 of it right there. Also, if you find wood, like scrap wood that's laying around, you can use that too. Although it's a lot of times, you know, if you find like crappy old Douglas fir wood, it's a lot harder to work with. But if you if you have some around and it's free, let's use that instead of paying for anything. So I'm very, very conscious about having you guys spend anything at all. So if you can make it through this first project in terms of like getting the material and getting the tools and stuff, then we're clear sailing. I mean, there's not much more that you'll have to buy. Towards the end of the semester, you might need like, oh, you might need more glue. You might want to paint something. So there might be like sort of expenses that come up, you know, later. But in terms of like what's necessary to start, just go down this list. All right. So all of these, the first thing is clickable. That takes you to Rockler. And Rockler is where you can get basswood. If you can find a place that you can get basswood for cheaper than this, then, you know, go for it. But this is all you need for the first project. And all the rest of these are through Harbor Freight. Now, Harbor Freight, if you go to the store and you collect stuff, Harbor Freight's great. If you actually try to order from them, it's chaos. I don't know what's wrong with them. They're just insane. I feel like the people they have working at the stores are like really pretty good. And I feel like everybody behind the scenes are like monkeys smoking weed. They're just like, you can't, there's no communicating with them. They're just, it's just insane. So if you can go to Harbor Freight and pick up the stuff, okay. So out of this list, the most important things to get are the clamps and the saw, right? And then the next thing is sort of like the drill and making holes. So you can kind of see me working in my head. When you get a piece of wood, the first thing you want to do is glue it together, and you'll need the clamps to like smush the wood together. And then you're going to need to secure it to a table. You'll also need the clamps then, right? And then you're going to need to like cut the outside, which is the coping saw. And then you're going to need to cut the inside, which is the drill, right? And then everything else is just used for shaping the wood, right? So this project, I have no idea how it's going to happen at home for you guys. The way it happens at school is instead of making an ergoform, like an ergonomically comfortable, like good feeling, something that's pleasant to put your hands on, I make them make a donut, right? So, so Brian, do you remember the donut?
Yeah, I remember the donut.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, just to give you some perspective, the donut, when I assign it to people in class, some people finish the donut in 15 minutes, and some people take 4.5 hours. So the way people approach the work is always different, and I have a feeling it's going to be the same. But you're not going to make a donut, and this is why I'm having Brian come back and do the first project again, because this first project is different than the donut. This project, I want you to create something, a utensil that's very comfortable to hold, right? So a utensil can be anything. It can be a fork, could just be a handle, right? Could be a handle to a cane. It could be a gun stock, you know, that you put on your shoulder and then you rest your cheek on. It can just be a hole in a piece of wood that your thumb and your hand slides around, you know, and or it can be a spoon that the handle circles around your wrist once or twice. It can be, as long as it feels good, doesn't matter what it looks like at all. I'm not gonna, you know, if I were basically in class, I wouldn't even look at it. I would just grab it and just see what it feels like, right? So unfortunately, I can't grab stuff through the internet, so I'm going to have to project a little bit. But you're just going to make an ergoform that feels good, and the aesthetics of it. This is my theory. The aesthetics of it will take care of itself. Like the more comfortable it is, I think the more interesting it's going to look, right? But I don't want you to worry about how it looks. I just want you to worry about how it feels. All right. So that's project one, and that's the materials to get started with. And if you get in a pinch, either money or circumstance or something, this is something you can that I sort of offer to my applied design class and nobody else. And that is, you know, I live in Altadena. If there's something that you desperately need and you can't get it or it's on back order, let me know. I'll just put it in my mailbox and you come by and get it and then take it with you, right? And so, I don't know, are all of you here in LA or no?
I'm in Santa Clarita.
You're in Santa Clarita. Okay, that's far, but we might have to make other arrangements. I've also just sent stuff, so that could happen. Herbert, where are you?
Altadena.
You're in Altadena?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, where in Altadena?
Over by the McDonald's.
Oh,
Lincoln
like
and-
Lincoln, that way.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so I'm over by Lake, so yeah. So if you need something, you can just come over.
Just walk.
Yeah, you could probably walk over, or maybe I could toss it a couple. But yeah, you can try to get all the stuff from Harbor Freight, and whatever you can't get, just come over to my house.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys my address on Hangouts. Yeah, not on a recorded Zoom session. Am I recording this? What if I forgot to record it? It is? Okay, good. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, go back to you guys. All right. So did you guys have any questions about the class, the materials, anything at all?
The clamps, like what type of clamp you're? Because
Click
I
that.
text you and I wasn't sure what clamp you were
Okay,
looking for.
click that link, and it'll show you here. You want to see? Watch this.
I have
Oh.
it like this.
There, Maria has it.
Hmm.
That's exactly right. Oh yeah. So, have you gotten all the stuff already?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. Good.
There's
All
a
right.
Harbor Freight like right there, so.
Oh, nice. And so, were they missing anything?
Nope, they had everything there. Yeah.
Awesome. That's such good news. I've been I'm so, you know, it's a love-hate relationship, because they have good stuff and it's at a good price, but try to get like a purchase order through them. It's impossible. But anyway, I'm glad that you I'm glad that you have all your stuff. That's very, very encouraging. Right, Brian?
Yeah. I'm looking at it right now, so that's fine.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So I would, go through the checklist, and I noticed that you guys weren't exactly on fire in terms of introducing yourself. So you guys should do that. I know Brian asked me about it, but he's in Art 34B. So Herbert and Maria, you guys go introduce yourself, and maybe that'll break the ice, and then everybody else hopefully will introduce themselves. But I know what's happening. Most of them have had my class before, so they've introduced themselves already. So anyway, but do it anyway and get through the whole checklist by Sunday. And then on Monday, we'll meet again the same time, and we'll just start in on the projects, okay? Okay, so you guys have a good rest of the day. And, is there any more questions? Are we good?
Are you gonna provide any like sample photos of the first project that you're giving us?
I'm gonna try to. So like I said, I've always just assigned it as a donut before, and here's if you. I got this idea from watching the film called The New Bauhaus, and The New Bauhaus. It turns out that I almost fell over because everything that they were talking about in terms of like art school is exactly how I approach all my classes, right? And so they had this project about making this ergoform, this like, and they showed some of theirs. So you can get some, if you watch the film, if you're able to watch the film, you have to pay for it right now because it's new. But if you watch the film, it's good. The first half an hour is brilliant, and the second like half of the movie it's entertaining, but it's just an autobiography. It's about the guy, Nagy, and but they do have a little, there's a few minutes of them talking about the ergoform, and I think you can get some ideas there. And I'll try. I did look up a few of them that I posted, that's in the, the project page. So there's a few of them there, but I'll try to collect as many as I can. Plus, I have pictures of the donuts that you can look at. So yeah, I'll do what I can there. All right, is that it? Okay, good. Well, have a good day, and then I will see you next week.
Me too. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, Herbert.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Brian.
Hi. I have a question.
Okay.
I texted you earlier about the Monday's meeting. Cause I have another class at like 2, so I
Right.
cannot meet at 1 to 3. I can meet you at 1 to 2 for 1 hour, but not for till 3, cause I have another class.
It's okay. I don't think it's not gonna last till 2 anyway. It'll probably be done in about a half an hour.
Okay.
Especially if there's only like 4 people in it.
Mm-hmm.
So that limits the questions. So just come to the meeting and then you should be fine.
Okay. And you said my quiz is a little different than the other.
Yeah, do you want to go through it right now? Here, hang in there. All right, let's do that. Okay, so your quiz is here. I think it's different. Let's see. All right. First rule, be considerate. Second rule, no Hello Kitty.
Okay.
Google Hangouts the best. True. Advantages of Google Hangouts, all those. Best way to interact with your classmates, discussions and chat, correct. Besides project grades, yeah, participation and engagement are the most important. What happens if I get stuck? Contact me.
Yes.
Let's see. Where's the best place to check for Zoom meetings and office hours? Calendar.
Yeah.
And are you allowed to post work and discussions for others to look at? Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
But you're the only person in the class. Nobody's going to see it but me. So you don't have to worry about it.
Okay.
Yeah. You can post it in discussions and I'll see it and then we'll discuss it. But otherwise, just send it through Hangouts like you always did.
Okay.
And then
Do I have to do both? Oh, sorry.
no, just do only when you turn in your project, turn it in here on Canvas.
On Canvas. Okay.
But if you're just showing me updates and stuff,
Yes.
you can do that through Hangouts.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have a question that you would like to post to your classmates, where should you do it? Nothing. It would be discussions in chat, but don't worry about it because there's nobody here.
Okay. Alright.
It's a little weird, and I was hoping that there would be someone else. Let me see if anybody joined today. Nope, look at that. Me and you.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So anyway, it should be fun. Like,
Okay.
and we can. I'll have a lot of time to help you with your projects and stuff. But I have to tell you that I'm going to put a lot more pressure on you this time than last semester. Because last semester we were in a pandemic, right? I mean,
yes.
Yeah, so I was letting you guys off easy, but not anymore. Not anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be harder.
All right. Is there anything due this week, or just only the quiz?
Just the checklist. So make sure you, here, let's take a look. Checklist for week 1. Okay, watch the Canvas tutorial.
Yeah.
Okay. Introduce yourself. I told you didn't have to do that because I know you and you're the only person.
Okay.
You already have a Hangout. You already came to the meeting. You already took the, you already know the answers to the quiz. So you just have to take the quiz. So all you have to do is get your materials.
Materials.
Yeah.
When you say watch the Canvas tutorial videos, do I have to post anything?
No.
The Canvas communicate?
No.
No? Just watch
it on our system. Yeah.
Okay. So there's no like proof that I don't have to show proof, right? Just watch.
No, but watch it.
No. Okay.
And then but look at here. So on the calendar.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So the calendar is everything that's in green. You won't see this other stuff.
Okay.
You'll just have, so this calendar, it's just basically your own personal calendar now, just you. So everything that happens in green applies to you. And I've focused on it. I worked on it really hard and it should all be accurate.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So keep an eye on the calendar. And it's as far as I can tell, it's very accurate.
Okay.
And I think that's it.
Okay. I just have a question on because I went to the Harbor Freight to purchase some of the items, but then when I look back into that, so we have to get that particular item, or we have to?
No, you don't have to get that particular one, but it
Mhm.
should be very, very close. So in other words, coping saw,
Mhm.
if you click on this, it'll show you, it should take you to Harbor Freight. Okay,
Yes.
that's a coping saw, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So you want to get a coping saw. You don't want to get like a regular saw because then you can't turn corners, right? You can't cut.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, you want a coping saw, but you do not want a 10-inch Japanese style double edged saw.
Not
Do
that.
don't get that one, right?
Okay.
That's good for other stuff, but not what you're working on. So, and then if you have like I think this is the one I'm having you guys
Mhm.
get, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Um, but if you don't, if you have one already, it can be any kind, of course, right? So if you
Mhm.
have DeWalt or whatever,
Yeah.
and I've heard these are pretty good, like the Bauer ones.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you don't know what to get, it's a pretty good deal. So,
Okay. Because I'm looking at the drill bit set. That's why. Is it this particular drill bit set, the Hercules drill bit set? Is it the one that we have to? Will work with the drill master?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
But any drill
Because
bit, if you have drill bits already, you can use them with this. So
I don't have any drill bit set. That's why I'm asking. But I got the other one, but it's not the one that the Hercules. I got a different one.
it's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
This
As long
fine?
yeah, as long as it works, as long as it's approximately the same, then and then you can always take a picture and send it to me, and I'll say, oh yeah, that's correct.
Okay. I'll send you right now to see because I still have to go back to buy the clamps because I wasn't sure what the type of clamp
Yeah.
in those Harbor Freights they were.
So if you click on any of the links, it'll show
Mhm.
you exactly which one to get.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you,
Okay.
Adam.
All right. Bye, Brian. I'll see y'all.
Bye. See ya.